What's up, guys? This is my Willow Season 1 TV series review. The original Willow movie came out in 1988, and I went to go see it at the theaters, enjoyed the movie, thought it was awesome, it was great. And I like how they have the original movie on Disney Plus where I can watch it anytime I want to. So I was very excited when I found out they was going to do a TV series and continue the story of Willow. But unfortunately, after watching all 8 episodes, I'm kind of disappointed. This show has too many problems that's weighing it down. Now, I'm going to start off with what I liked, and then I'm going to go into what I didn't like about the TV series. So the first thing that I liked about this TV series was they was able to get a lot of the original actors from the first movie to be in this TV show. Obviously, you got Warwick Davis, the main character from the first movie, coming back as Willow. You also have the actress that played Sorsha. She came back. It was nice to see her again. They was also able to get one of the warrior Neldwins that was from the first movie to come back in this TV series. And they actually got one of the original brownies from the first movie as well. It was nice to see him again, even though he was only on the show for a few minutes, but it was still nice to see him again. So like I said, you know, they was able to get a lot of the original actors back, which was nice. Special effects were pretty good, and I like the locations that they used for this TV series. Other than that, that was all the only positives I can think of for this TV series. It's just way too many bad things weighing this TV show down, and the main problem I have with this TV show is Willow's not even the main character in this show. He felt more like a side character. They basically took Willow and gave him the Luke Skywalker Last Jedi treatment. And for people that saw that movie, they know exactly what I'm talking about. They took Willow and made him completely different than what the fans were expecting. In the first Willow movie, he wants to become a great sorcerer. And by the end of the movie, he was on his way to becoming a great sorcerer. So why is it that in this TV series, I mean, yes, he does know magic, but his character is nothing like what I thought he was going to be. He just lacked self-confidence. He always doubts himself. And his friends had to beg him at different points in the TV series to use magic when they were in trouble. And I was expecting to see a badass, experienced, awesome sorcerer with all kinds of different magic spells and stuff. Because this TV series takes place years later where he would have had plenty of time to practice his magic and perfect it. But in this TV series, he only uses magic. You can probably count on one hand how many times he uses magic in this TV show. I can only think of maybe 3, maybe 4 times when he used magic. And that was it. Other than that, he was just basically on the sidelines doing nothing. Even during fight scenes, he would just be on the side just watching. And then he may come in, use one little magic spell, and that's about it. You know, the show is called Willow for a reason. You know, I expected to see him use, you know, a lot of magic. And, you know, I wanted to see what kind of spells he learned. But this show shouldn't have even been called Willow. This show should have been called The Kit and the Laura Dannon Show, because the show focused mostly on those two characters. Now, I know Laura Dannon is an important character because she was an important character in the original movie. She was just a baby in that movie, but her character was destined to do great things. And, you know, I don't mind Laura Dannon, you know, participating in the fights and stuff, but the show is called Willow for a reason. And that in the season finale, Laura Dannon was the main person doing the magic. Now, it was nice to see her do magic, but I didn't want Willow to get sidelined and just be watching Laura Dannon doing all the fighting. You know, why not have both Willow and Laura doing magic at the same time? They could have tag teamed and defeated the bad guy. That would have been nice to see. But like I said, they just pushed Willow off to the side and gave him nothing to do. And that was my main problem with this TV show. Ooh, don't even get me started on the music. Why did they put modern day music in this that doesn't match? That was very distracting for me. You know, this is a, you know, adventure, you know, sword, sorcery themed show. That's how the original movie was. And the original movie had good music. But in this TV show, there was multiple times during this season where they would put modern day music in there, and it didn't fit. And I'm guessing they probably did that because they're trying to, you know, attract the modern audience, which that was a dumb decision. I think they should have just kept the music consistent, fantasy, adventure type music, not modern day music. And another thing that bothered me was the costume design wasn't consistent. Some characters were dressed appropriately, but then you had other characters that were wearing stuff that looked like modern day clothes. Like there was this one episode where you had these two women that were living in a cabin in the woods. Both these women were wearing overalls, which is something that modern day people wear. You don't see people wearing overalls in fantasy adventure type movies. That doesn't match, doesn't fit. And then there were other characters that were wearing stuff that looked kind of modern day. I think at one point even Laura Dannon was wearing something that looked almost like a jean jacket. That's not what people are supposed to wear in a fantasy adventure sword and sorcery type theme show. Didn't really care for the characters either. The new characters. I didn't like Kit because she was just obnoxious and annoying, acting like she didn't care about anybody. She acted like she didn't even care about her own brother. And her own brother that got kidnapped, he wasn't very likable either. Then you got the girl that plays Kit's best friend and is also her love interest. That's the same actress that was from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Her character was just bland. I mean, she's very monotone the way she acts. Doesn't show much emotion. The only new character I liked was, what's his name? Borman. He's supposed to be like a thief and a swordsman, and he knew Mad Mardigan. His character was okay. I liked him. And I did like Laura Dannon. She was okay. Other than that, you know, those were the only characters I liked. And unfortunately, there's no Mad Mardigan in this TV show. Now, I knew going into this TV show that I wouldn't see Val Kilmer because in real life, I think he's going under cancer treatment or something like that. I know he was ill. So I know they couldn't get Val Kilmer to come back as Mad Mardigan. But what I was hoping for, and I think what kept me wanting to watch this TV series, I was hoping they would get another actor to play as Mad Mardigan. And I was hoping that he was going to show up later in the TV series, but unfortunately that never happened. So, yeah, there's no Matt Mark in this TV series, unfortunately. So, when you look at my positives and my negatives, there was too many negatives and not enough positives. And then the way the season finale ended, I didn't like the way it ended because they knew that the evil sorceress of the crone, or whatever it's called, is not dead. It's still alive. But they just said, well, we're just going to come back and fight another day. And I was like, okay, if you know that the enemy is not dead, why don't you go and finish the job? That way you don't have to fight another day. But I know why they ended the TV show like that. It's because they want to do another season. Now, if they do get another season, and if it's got the same problems that this season has, I might just skip out on that. Now, if they fix these problems that I addressed in this video, then I'll give them another shot. But if they don't learn from their mistakes, then I'm not going to care about seeing another season for this. Like I said, I was a fan of the original movie. I didn't like what they did with this TV show. I didn't like how Willow was not the main character. I didn't like how they just made him a side character in his own TV show. This is not the Willow I expected. But if they do come with another season, let's hope they can learn from their mistakes. So from a scale of 1 to 10, I can only give this TV series a 3 out of 10. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that.